everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, today's review I'd like to do is this one here, Rich and Rare Reserve. Rich and Rare Reserve is a bottom shelfer, I guess you could say. This is actually the higher up version of Rich and Rare. They also have an original Rich and Rare blended Canadian whiskey, which, to be honest with you guys, I really don't care for myself. It just I've had it, and it's pretty raw in a lot of ways. And when I had it, I know that you're supposed to mix a lot of these whiskeys anyway, use them as mixers, but I've heard that you can actually drink this one neat. A lot of people do, and I hear good things about this. But the Rich and Rare original, it just wasn't for me. I had to throw some Dr. Pepper in there to kind of salvage it. I like to, even with these blended whiskeys and whiskeys that are kind of more meant as mixers. I like to test them out when I get them, just neat to see what I'm working with. Just to see how that grain component is and all that. So as I said, the Rich and Rare, it was okay once I mixed some Dr. Pepper up with it, but the spirit itself was it was a little bit rough, and I just wasn't a big fan. So kind of wanted to do a face off between the two, between this and that one, but didn't care for that. So thought I'd give this guy his own review right here. I've heard great things about this, to be honest with you. As good as you can, imagine for a kind of lower shelf blended Canadian whiskey. No offense to Canada out there. I'm not truly a big Canadian whiskey fan most of the time. Every once in a while, some Crown is okay. Different versions of Crown. The Canadian Club Reserve is okay. Not a big fan of Black Velvet, and but Rich and Rare, this one here is actually, I believe it's aged longer. Let's see, it says distilled in Canada in small batches and aged patiently in hand-picked oak barrels. Rich and Rare Reserve delivers a distinctive smoothness and unparalleled elegance. And it says imported and bottled in the USA by Sazerac. So there you go. So anyway, guys, kind of a cool bottle. They make it look kind of elegant. It's got it's got the raised glass in some spots, and the writing is kind of cool. But from what I hear about this, it's a big step up from the original Rich and Rare. And I'm looking forward to trying this. I've never had it before. I was actually, to be honest with you, not to be a cheapskate or anything, but I was actually looking for it at a slightly lower price, just in case I didn't like it. But this bottle here, I paid $15.99, but I found it at Bottle Barn after I already bought this one. At Bottle Barn, it's $13.99. And as opposed to the original Rich and Rare, which I think is $6.99 for a $7.50 there. So, it's almost double the price of the original Rich and Rare. But I hear really good things, and I thought it was worth a shot. My cousin Gabe out in North Carolina, guys, this is his go-to. I'm not sure if he goes with the reserve or the original, but he likes to mix it. But that's his go-to for mixing his drinks. So Gabe, if you're watching this, buddy, this one goes out to you. We talked about Rich and Rare a while back, and I've never gotten around to reviewing it. So I'm happy to be doing this, guys. I review everything. I review. I'm a bourbon guy. I review bourbons high and low. I mean, not too high because I don't. Even when I spend money on a whiskey, I don't usually like to spend more than $60 when the money is there. And sometimes the money's not there, and that's when I start looking more toward the bottom shelf, or for good deals on the bottom shelf, and on the kind of mid level shelf there. And this one here, it's still probably closer as far as price and all that to the bottom shelf. So again, guys, I mean, I'm always looking for good alternatives to for when when things are tight. Um, it's nice to have something you can sip on or used in a mixed drink. And I'm looking forward to this today to see if this is one of those that we can go back to in the future. It's got kind of a cool. I don't know much about the history, but it's been around since I believe Prohibition. A guy named Hatch, I think his name was Harry Hatch. I want to say Harry Hatch or Henry Hatch, but he was the one that got this started, guys. And he moved it from company to company. It was with Hiram Walker for a while, and years later, uh, recently Sazerac I think bought it. So it's been around for a good long while. So I'm looking forward to trying this out, guys. Let's open it up. It's a twist top, no cork in there. All right, here we go. Rich and Rare Reserve. So I'm not sure. I know they. This is a blend of whiskeys of several ages, I believe. And sorry, guys, just wanted to get a little whiff in there. Let's look at the color. I'm not sure how old it is again, but it's kind of a light copper color. Yeah, nothing too dark. It's not too light. Let's give it a nose. So already, I can tell you that again. I hate bashing whiskey because that was somebody's passion that helped create all these different whiskeys. But the original Rich and Rare, guys, I had trouble even nosing that. To be honest with you, it was just straight burn. Raw. You could smell some of that corn, but some of those grain neutral spirits, those are very strong actually in the original Rich and Rare. So I'm already pleasantly surprised that I'm not getting burned up with this one on the nose here. And it's got some good things going on actually in the nose there. A little bit of sweetness. You think maybe a little bit of maybe a little bit of maple in there. Maybe a little bit of like a little bit of like caramelized sugar, something like that. I'm getting a good bit of oak in there as well. Some spice. So the main things I'm getting here though are kind of that caramelized sugar, oak, and spice. I'd say those are the three main things I'm getting. I'm not sure how much rye is in here or anything, but it doesn't have a bad smell. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the Canadian whiskeys that I've tried, um, but for a Canadian whiskey, this smells pretty good. Not too bad. Let's give it a taste. And one thing I'll say right away, this is a lot smoother. Definitely a lot smoother than the original Rich and Rare. Um, and it's not. This is not a bad whiskey. It's really not. Um, for nearly double the price. I was expecting better, but after having that original Rich and Rare, I was a little hesitant, to be honest with you. So um, this is actually it's got a good smooth taste to it right off the bat. Hmm. Some of that oak. I get a bit of that. I get a bit of malted barley in there. Um, yeah, it's got a bit of a, I mean, a lot of Canadian whiskey does, but it's got a good little bit of maltiness to it. That oak, that rye spice, a little bit of vanilla. I'm getting there. Give it another taste. Yeah, guys. I mean, it's not it's not really complex or anything. It's a 13.99 to 15.99 whiskey, wherever you buy it. But it's it's fine. This would, to me. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably won't be sipping on this too much, especially with some good bottom shelfers bourbon wise that I really like to sip on when I don't have much else in the cabinet. I'd still go with say Evan Williams Black, or I'm talking right now. I'm talking in this price range. I'd still go with Evan Williams Black if I'm going to sip on something. Even Old Crow. I know some people don't care for Old Crow, including a buddy of mine out there, Jimmy, if you're watching. Jimmy doesn't have a whole lot good to say about Old Crow, but I really think Old Crow gets a bad rap. It's good stuff. Um, but yeah, guys, there are other whiskeys that I'd sip on in this price range um, before I were to sip on this. But again, this is probably more for mixing up. Um, yeah, if I was in a pinch and didn't have anything else, I would sip on this. I mean, I would have no problem sipping on this. I would not sip on Rich and Rare Original, but I would definitely sip on this. In a pinch. Um, but guys, this is going to make a very good mixer. I think this would be, if you guys like mixing drinks up. I mean, we're going to have a Super Bowl party at my dad's tomorrow, um, and or as we like to call it, the Bay Area QB Bowl, since both Tom Brady and Jared Goff are from this area, so not too far away anyway. But if you're having a party or something, this is a good one to bring with you as a mixer. Of course, at 13.99 to 15.99, you're not gonna feel too bad about mixing it up. So, um, guys, try it out. If you find this stuff, it's worth a shot. It's definitely worth a shot. It's not bad stuff. I'm gonna give this for a score. I have no problem giving this an 80 out of 100. I'm gonna give this a solid 80, B minus. It's not complex or anything. It doesn't have a lot going on for it, but it doesn't have anything going bad for it either. It just it's a pretty simple um, pretty simple whiskey. But as far as, in my opinion, as far as Canadian blended whiskeys go, this is one of the better ones I've had. Um, I'll be honest with you. I do like Crown every once in a while. Uh, Again, Canadian Club Reserve. Um, there are some decent um, Canadian whiskeys out there, but this one I think I would buy over those ones at the price. Um, you know, Shoot, for under $15 in most places, this is a good buy. So Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Got a couple more reviews coming up before too long. It's one that's just for kind of for fun because I'm not sure what to think about it as of right now, but it'll be fun. And then a couple others, a corn whiskey I got, and then also um, blended scotch as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that one because I had that one recently, and it's a pretty well known, pretty readily widely available blended Scotch whiskey, and I like it. I really like it. So looking forward to that one as well. And that's it for right now, guys. And I'm also thinking about doing another bourbon review. I might do the bourbon review next. I don't know. It's one that um, I've already reviewed it, but it's uh, it's one of my go tos, and it's one of those ones that I just want to bring it up again because I've had people ask me recently, in the 20 to 25 $30 range, what would I recommend? And this one is one that's always at the top of my list. So look forward to getting back to that one, talking about that more, and that's it, guys. If anybody's watching the Super Bowl tomorrow, enjoy the game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be starting my chili. I make chili every year for the Super Bowl for my dad's Super Bowl party. So looking forward to that. I put all kinds of good stuff in there, so should be fun, guys. But that's it for right now. Hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. And have a good weekend, guys. Until next time, cheers.